Welcome to Startup Hack. So AI has been a rocket ship over the past few years, accelerating faster than anyone could have imagined. But here's the scoop. The acceleration is starting to slow down. It's not that AI isn't evolving, it's just hitting that inevitable point of diminishing return. The more we push, the less we see in terms of jaw-dropping advancements. So think about Tesla's full self-driving and some of these other examples that we're going to dive into today, but we're going to dive into this and talk about why AI is slowing down and what we can expect over the coming years. And let's dive into this today. All right, welcome back to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thompson, and here at Startup Hack, we'd love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps and build custom software solutions for companies. I do a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology teams and products. All right, so we're going to dive into what was really going on here today. Now, one of the examples I like to give about this is like Tesla's full self-driving, or FSD. It soared to 90% completion like really fast over a couple of years. But that last 10%, well, it's been a steep, slow climb. And the AI landscape is hitting a very similar limits, with companies like OpenAI now shifting their strategies to stretch every bit of potential out of their technology we already have. So as we dive in today, we can definitely see that we're past the hype of AI, where rapid advancements once made it look like AI could transform everything overnight. Now that the dust has settled, we're seeing a more realistic pace, one that aligns with the natural life cycle of any cutting-edge technology. Now, people have started to expect improvements from AI at the same blazing rate as before, but that's just not sustainable. As reported by TechCrunch and Inc., OpenAI is rethinking its approach, tweaking and refining to squeeze more value out of what's already been built. So it's like that last little bit of FSD from Tesla, right? Going from 90 to 100% functionality takes significantly more time and effort than getting to that first 90%. AI is in a similar situation. They've built something super impressive with really big capabilities, and now it's the smaller, nuanced advancements like accuracy that takes a tremendous amount of effort. This slowdown is frustrating to those used to the breakneck pace, but it's a necessary reality check. The goalposts aren't shifting from broad, visible improvements to fine-tuning. Now remember, AI isn't a miracle worker. It's like a tool, and like any tool, it's only as good as the data we provide it. So no matter how many neural networks or advanced models we throw at it, AI's output will never exceed the quality and depth of its training data. And if you're running into issues with disconnected systems at your company, here at Startup Hack, we work to connect your systems, and that's our specialty. So check out startuphack.com/Spencer, because we can help your company work like a well-oiled machine. Now let's talk about AI's role in the workplace. This was supposed to be the tech that would supercharge productivity. But interestingly, recent studies, like one published by Axios, shows that AI adoption among US workers has actually begun to plateau. Many companies brought AI into the mix with high expectations, only to find that it's not the silver bullet they hoped for. A lot of people are really struggling with its accuracy. So sure, AI automates tasks and boosts efficiency in specific areas, but it's not magically transforming entire operations on its own. So one of the big reasons here is that the more advanced the AI, the more tailored and complex the integration needs to be. General AI tools like large language models are incredible at certain tasks, but require significant customization to develop real sustained value in a company's workflow. So again, AI isn't truly learning in the way humans do. It's great at spotting patterns, but struggles with nuanced understanding. So VentureBeat points out that we're at a junction where AI growth is facing natural boundaries imposed by our current technology and data. So the slowdown is a reality check that makes room for important conversations about AI ethics, data privacy, and responsible usage. Now, when we're racing forward, these conversations sometimes took a back seat, but now companies have the space to ask the hard questions. What data are we using? Is it biased? And are we doing enough to secure our models? These are questions we need to answer before pushing AI any further. Now, imagine that your company has a few systems in place that don't just talk to each other, and I'm sure you're already thinking about some of them, right? That's like trying to win a race with a car that has 3 engines but no transmission connected to them. So at Startup Hack, we specialize in connecting systems to help your business run like a smooth and well-oiled machine. So check out startuphack.com/Spencer to see how we can help you achieve these integrations. Now, back to the AI. One crucial aspects to understand is that AI's purpose isn't to replace humans, it's to augment human intelligence. The tools we've created so far can take a load off by automating repetitive tasks, but the creative, strategic thinking rests with us, the humans. As Time Magazine points out, the pace of AI development has given us some incredibly powerful tools, but these tools need human oversight, interpretation, and direction. No matter how advanced AI gets, it won't develop the judgment and creativity that makes human irreplaceable in the workforce. Now, even at OpenAI, the leader of the pack, they even acknowledge this limitation. And the company's latest strategies involve refining their models and figuring out how to make the best use of what's already there rather than banking on a breakthrough that will solve all their problems overnight. It's a pragmatic approach, one that sets realistic goals rather than trying to blow past the constraints of current technology. Let's take a look at this report that I'm talking about today, because this is important to understand and look at. And so this isn't just me coming up with this. They are pretty openly admitting that they're needing this, right? And so get this adjusted here. So OpenAI's next flagship model might not represent a big leap forward as predecessors, right? Employees who tested the new model, codename Orion, reportedly found that even though its performance exceeded OpenAI's existing models, there was less improvement that they'd seen in the jump from 3 to 4. So the rate of improvement seemed to be slowing down. Now, in response, OpenAI has created a foundation team to figure out how the company can continue to improve its models in the face of dwindling supply of new training data. So there it is, right? This is the big kicker of the problem. AI is only good as the data that it's trained on. So it's great at spotting patterns and working through these, but we can see that that's it. And so, the company even has said we don't have plans to release a model codename Orion this year, right? So they're even like pushing down on this. So we're seeing that everybody is noticing, and OpenAI is doing shift to try to address this because they see it slowing down. The other report that I had mentioned here was the percentage of workers in the U.S. who say they're using AI at work has remained largely flat over the last 3 months. So why it matters. If AI's rapid adoption curve slow or flatten, a lot of very rosy assumptions about technology and very high market valuation tied to them could change. So Slack said its most recent survey found that 33% of U.S. workers say they're using AI at work, an increase of just a single percentage point. So it went from 32 to 33%. Now, reading between the lines, Slack also found that globally, nearly half of the workers, 48%, said they were uncomfortable telling their managers they use AI at work. I found that really interesting. So just the same way that students aren't telling their teachers that they're using AI, people at work aren't saying they're doing it, right? Too much of a burden has been put on workers to figure out how to use AI, right? And this is part of the problem here, right? So, I mean, it was a pretty decent sized survey, right? They definitely, spread it across the globe and across, a lot of workers. So I found that was really interesting, both of these two reports. And I dug in and had done more reading, but I found these ones were the most concise. So even OpenAI, it knows and is acknowledging the limitations, and they're trying to shift to try to figure out how they can get back on the path to this rapid prototyping safely. So all those propositions that were said by Sam Altman and the founder of NVIDIA and everybody, who was like, oh, AI is going to replace all human jobs in 5 years. Yeah, we pretty much all said that wasn't going to happen, right? So let's not forget that the slowdown phase could actually pave the way for more sustainable, impactful progress. So I'm actually a really big fan of this slowdown, right? This phase allows the industry to iron out challenges like data quality, user trust, and model interpretability. That's a big word, right? That's not glamorous, but it's essential groundwork for AI to try to become the part of the backbone of modern society. So the hype train might have slowed down, but the foundational work we're going to do now could lead to stronger, more reliable AI in the long run. Now, this is kind of what I saw about a decade ago with machine learning, right? There was a huge hype for machine learning. And then we kind of saw this slowdown where it was like, oh, wait, we really have to actually do work here, right? We kind of saw that same thing with the release of ChatGPT 3. And then we saw it surge forward. So now, as a reminder, if your systems in your company are out of sync, you're faced with an issue that fragments workflows. Startup Hack here is here to help you streamline your process. Check out startuphack.com/Spencer because we can help you out. Now, in the end, here's the thing that we need to remember. AI is an evolving tool, not an endpoint. We're hitting a maturity phase, a moment to consolidate gains and address the challenges that we've ignored in the rush of innovation. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. AI isn't stopping. It's just taking time to catch its breath. And this is very normal. I've seen this over and over and over and repeatedly with technology. And I've been saying this for the last year. So this pause might just be the best thing for all of us, creating the foundation for an even better and more integrated solution down the line. Now, if you check out my live that I made yesterday, we talked about how Apple's tried to integrate AI and was like, hey, this is super inaccurate. And I was reading another report today that people are starting to gather silly things that Apple's Apple Intelligence, their AI built in their phone, is starting to say. So what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love to have a great, healthy discussion. Tell me why you think AI is going to still take over the world. Tell me why you think AI is going to crash and burn, or somewhere in the middle. Let me know because I love having a great discussion. So leave a comment down below or hit the links and check out startuphack.com/Spencer because we'd love to help you integrate your systems. We also have a licensed coding bootcamp, which now in a lot of states can actually help you earn to learn. And by this model, what we mean by this is it's allowing you to get paid or to have the course paid for at no charge to you, working through some government agencies. So check out startuphack.com for our coding bootcamp or startuphack.com/Spencer for our consulting services, and we will catch you guys next time. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because we bring you lots of great tutorials and tips that every developer should know. See you next time.